Howdy, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to What's on Joe Mind. It's Friday night. It's about 9 o'clock. As you can see, Joe Colton is not with us tonight. We can't get too far into 2023 without her calling in an absentee. So with us tonight instead, from Articulated Points, our official fifth chair, Biff McHonky Donk, Phil Donnelly is here.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I get a title now.
I don't know.
We gave you a nickname. Don't get greedy.
Right? But we'll be back to talk about the week of G.I. Joe after you listen to our kick-ass theme song. Welcome to What's on Joe Mind. We are a fan cast about the world of G.I. Joe. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry. How's everybody doing this evening? We're joined in our live chat by our cast of irregulars, and they're all showing up tonight. Nick Adams is here with more tales of Superhead.
Yay.
Tales of the Superhead.
We need an echo effect for that.
Right? We did that once for a whole show. And you know what? It was not bad.
Right, it kind of worked out. I wouldn't want to do it again.
No.
But for once, I think we faked our way through it.
One show only, right? Yeah.
At least when we're not controlling the echo effect.
I mean, good to know you're watching the show and you're not on it, Phil. That's really tell me you watch tell me you don't watch the show without telling me you don't watch the show.
He was doing his own show, man.
Not live on Friday night.
Well, I would hope not.
mean,
I would consider that kind of rude.
Right? He's got somewhere else to be.
Maybe it's one of those show within a show episodes.
Now, if you started your show at 10 Eastern, right when ours is starting to take that little dip before we kick it into fifth gear for the big finish, okay, I could see that.
I'm going to poach your viewers.
Yeah, that's just counter programming. I got it.
You know, after we do update.
So
tune out time.
we'll show up on your front door and we will punch you right in the kidney.
There might be people who listen to something else until 9:15 and then pop in when we start the news. I'm just saying. Really busy people who have to micromanage their time.
We're still well into blather.
Anyways, if you're joining us on Facebook tonight, go ahead, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. That all sets that algorithm in motion. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, do all that cool YouTube stuff, leave a comment, share us in your social circles, get us in your Reddit subgroups or whatever. All that cool stuff. Got a good week last week for subscriptions. We picked up like 8 last week, which is weird for us. Like it took us 2 months to get 8 before Christmas. So 8 in a week is great.
And only 6 of them were horny Russian sex bots.
Look, whatever, man. I'm not here to cast aspersions or make judgments on our viewing public.
Nope.
So much of them who want us to get into crypto.
For example, we know Matt Rubin is a horny Russian sex bot. He's been with us pretty much our entire YouTube run.
Do svidanya, comrade.
The Russians are taking Pittsburgh. Joining me here in the top row, he's the former head of marketing for the G.I. Joe brand at Hasbro. It's the Hot Show, Mark Weber.
That's right. And the big project right now, especially on a 3-day holiday weekend, I'm actually moving my whole Joe collection to off-site storage. And let's not pretend like it was well curated or anything, right? It's just a corner, like a quarter, truly, of the basement. So no work in progress photos. I'm just going to give you the final shot once I have it all assembled like a tower. But among all of that, look what I found. Check this out. Let me back up a little bit here. Look at this sweet jersey I got going on here.
Ooh.
No, it hides your brutal chest cut.
I know, right? It would be so much better without this guy.
Yeah,
But-
somebody's bailing out of your kidney.
Exactly. He is not stitched on. He's like part of the jersey. So if you wanted to get rid of it, you'd have to actually have like a cannonball sized hole in your jersey. So he's going to hang out for a little while. But as I recall, these just some of the best days at the Hasbro toy shop, the literal little shop inside of Hasbro, was they would have like basement finds and they just put stuff out and they'd be like $2. So these jerseys were just hanging there amid a bunch of other outdated shirts. And they were like $4.99 each. And there were 2. So I'm like, yep, there I go. Don't need 2, but I'll take 2. Thank you very much.
Corporal appendix bailing out of the lower abdomen.
Pretty much, right? So anyway, I knew I had it, just didn't know where, like a lot of the stuff down there. So welcome back, G.I. Joe Jews.
Does it have a number on the back?
No, but it's well, it does kind of. Check. I got to unplug and show you. Check this out.
All right.
Yeah.
We can't tell what the name was, but it's a 1.
So, in
We
case there was
couldn't
any
tell what the name was. What was the name?
special forces.
Oh, well. All right.
So, in case anybody needed verification, I am number 1.
Now, is that special forces or is that special forces?
That's rack time Rob. He can tell me where I'm falling.
Look, I worked a month this week. Okay, I don't.
That was like I went to a wedding in New Mexico years ago, and I spent the week there that weekend. Oof. Albuquerque.
In the bottom row, rejoining us from the hells of the public education system, it's Rack Time Rob.
Hi, everybody. I'm just thankful to be alive. It really was quite a week.
3-day weekend for you, right?
Yeah, and richly deserved. Because I can hardly wait what happens next week. Because Lord, did they make us pay for them only having to go 2 weeks last week?
House of Dagobah says, I'm surprised Hasbro doesn't give out old merchandise as severance packages. But they might be down to that at this point.
Their severance packages are actually pretty good. They got a lot of experience dishing those out like frisbees.
Right?
Yep.
But Rack Time Rob is here on the power of positivity and scotch.
And I'm all out of positivity.
I was going to say more of one than the other.
Yeah.
And then in the bottom right, you know him from his own YouTube channel called Articulated Points. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you should go check it out because it's linked up down below.
Yeah,
But do it later. Do it later.
Oh.
Not right now.
It's not a live show. Here.
And if you're watching us on recording, then by all means, you've already missed the live aspect. Just open a bunch of windows at the same time. We don't care. But Phil Donnelly is here.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
I mean, you didn't wear your Fonzie jacket to go with that. Hey.
Oh.
All my jackets are brown when they're leather.
He had to get it back to the Smithsonian.
I'm impressed you were able to squeeze us into your busy Disneyland schedule.
Right?
Well, I didn't get a reservation for today. It's a whole thing.
So
It's
they
been
know-
raining for 4 straight weeks in California.
Don't they know who you are? Come on now.
I keep asking them that, but I just get blank stares in return.
I just assume there's one entry kiosk that just says Phil over the top of it.
If only.
It's regular, it's Fast Pass, and Phil.
That's it. Phil Pass.
Phil Pass. Or Fast Phil, which is what she said.
Ooh. Oh, no comment.
Cold, man. Cold.
I mean, it's not true, clearly, because women don't talk about you.
Just twisting that knife, aren't you?
Wow.
We're getting tough early.
So welcome back, Phil.
Thanks for joining us, Phil.
How long are we here for?
Right?
Another hour and a half.
Yeah.
That might be a record. We don't usually bash the co-host until midway through the second hour. So
Look, man, we've been doing known Phil for upwards of a decade at this point. I've known Phil longer than I've known you, Mark.
I know, right? But I'm catching up.
He's had to deal with more Joe-Cons that started out just like this.
Right? Even the dark years, what I like to call before web.
Before Weber,
Yeah,
BW.
yeah.
BW.
I got a wowzers.
Hopefully we can amp it up and get a Jinkies by the end of the show.
Well, yeah, all right.
Like, wow, man.
Sean Russell's on your side there, Phil. Unless he was here with us in the room, in which case he'd probably just be piling on.
Seems legit.
William Witherspoon's with you, Rob. We had development last week. It was so great.
Oh, no. If they said all next week was all development, we would be doing frickin' cartwheels down the halls. Because last week we were there 4 days. 2 days were in service, and then 2 days we had the kids in there. Those in-service days, peaceful.
Media J2K says, good evening, 3/4 team and guests. Able to jump in during the live stream tonight. Yo, Joe, that doesn't mean you're excused from leaving your normal middle week comment on the video. We get pretty good viewers, pretty good. Just remember to go ahead and like. Our likes have been tailing off lately. So please remember to hit that like little thumbs up thing in the corner there.
And that's your fault, people.
We're all slaves to the algorithm.
Well, to be quite honest, we have been phoning them in.
No. Our show has been top notch. So that is on the viewers.
Yeah, don't get lazy with them thumbs up, man. Come on. But Sean Bengi or Benge, or I'm not sure how that's pronounced, whatever. But Indianapolis, great weather. No, it's been terrible. It's just been terrible.
Even when it got unseasonably warm, it was still gray.
Yeah, it was just gross. It was just wet. I dare call the last week weather-wise moist, which is a word nobody likes unless brownies are involved.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
think Tuesday I saw the sun for the first time in 2 weeks.
I can check that right now, actually. I don't see it.
The weather?
No. Who gave us what reaction on Facebook?
Oh, you tested him.
I don't see it, Will Witherspoon.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, it's Jake. Never mind.
Who would lie about such a thing?
I don't know. Ask George.
Ne'er-do-wells.
I see thumbs up. The A-lister, Alistair Keffer, he gave us a huggy guy. He's the A-lister. He does what we ask him to do. Anyways. Oh, we are we're wasting a lot of time tonight, aren't we?
We have time to waste.
It depends on your perspective.
3-day weekend, baby.
Right. It was an exhausting week, I think, all the way around. So yeah, we're gonna stumble out of the blocks a little bit, but that's normally what we do. Got to open my beverage. It sounded. I mean, it's a Coke Zero, so it's not nearly as exciting as.
Oh no, it's a cherry Coke Zero.
Yes, I mean it is, but
That just means it's slightly more disappointing.
JDO, he got Serpentor with the help of his buddy Ryan Sweeney, and he's happy about it. And today I bought a What's on Joe Mind T-shirt off TeePublic.
Hey, he was the one.
He was the one. Yes, we actually sold 2 T-shirts today. I'm not sure what's up with that. That tends to be how it happens. Like, people remember us on Friday. They go to TeePublic. They see the big 35% off sale, which seems to hit every week on Friday. So yeah, if you're on TeePublic, 30% off, 35% off on the T-shirts tonight and tomorrow. So hit us up there if you're looking for some sweet What's on Joe Mind merch. A lot of folks have bought mugs too. So if you're looking for a coffee mug, I think those are 25% off.
Ooh.
And those are pretty affordable. They're only $11-12. So yeah, let's do that, because we get I think we get $2 on every T-shirt we sell. So
there you go. Cash cow. Just keep milking it, baby.
The old What's on Joe Mind retirement fund.
that's right. That's right. Another $2 in the coffee can.
So we gotta sell 6 shirts to buy 1 Chipotle burrito for one of us.
Yes.
All right, we're on our way.
Yes.
Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Now 2 shirts means I can get a soda. They got Piv Extra, so
You can spring for that little container of queso.
yeah, right. You can add queso to the burrito we can't afford yet.
Right.
Just the side of queso. That's it.
You add queso to your bottomless drink refill.
Boy, if I had for a dime, I sure am hungry.
Diana Davis says California is preparing for the possibility that Montecito will have another mudslide and wash Ellen, Kevin Costner, Oprah, and Prance Harry out to the Pacific. I know it should be Prince, but it was more funny to call him Prance.
That's probably what they're calling him in Buckingham right now.
That mudslide will back up the 405.
It'll be jammed.
Highway 1, CPH is going to be a disaster again.
Be jammed.
Just get that out of the way.
Strawberry.
Josiah Alcorn asks, was it the Almond Tits t-shirt? No, we've slowed down on those. So if you guys are thinking about tits on an almond, that's the t-shirt to get. That's been a more popular mug design than it has. We've sold more mugs with the almond tits than we have with.
I mean, it goes well with your coffee and your.
Somehow that seems about right.
Right. I think our folks have found the happy place for that particular design. I mean, that's really what we miss when Joe Colton isn't here, that we don't get some instant foot in the mouth classic that goes for a t-shirt design.
And what a foot.
It's green.
The giant prehensile toe foot.
To be clear, that's not sexist. That's just real. Good Lord.
That's right.
You can throw darts with those toes.
Why did you have that photo just ready to go?
Mostly to annoy Joe Colton, and I just forgot to take it out. So
it's on demand.
Look, man, there's our software gives us all kinds of stuff that I could have on the ready if I had a bigger monitor, but I don't. So it usually takes me a second or two to find it. Like the cricket sound. I mean, we got it. Never get to use it because I can't. The timing's all off, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Give us a like. Give us a little huggy guy. Give us a freakish toe up. They all count.
Getting custom emoticons now. Emojis.
But I just got my Almond Tits t-shirt delivered last month and put the package down because I was busy.
Here's some information.
I just found the package unopened today. Well, good. No one's getting in that for you.
Yeah.
Rachel Ricketts Mendoza says, I love my Almond Tits mug. See?
There we go.
Joe Colton's doing us all a favor on that one.
So gotta make you rich, boys. Rich.
Right. Have to send her the giant pile of proceeds of Almond Tits merchandise, which I believe is $7.75.
Her ill-gotten gains.
But that's cash.
We're gonna have that burrito by June. Let me tell you.
You can taste it now.
Burritos for everyone.
So good.
We're going extra lettuce. Yeah.
Extra lettuce. Oh,
more beans.
Well, you know, it's early in 2023. We do not have any more top 10 lists to give the fandom just yet. But White Vegeta says, hello, late to this party. Not really, no. Not really at all.
It's not a party till he shows up.
No, I mean we're sitting here just blowing smoke anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. I just put that money in the Joe Colton curse fund. No, that's what we have coffee for.
The burritos are cheaper.
Speaking of which, I finally rescued it from its prison, and Joe Colton isn't even here to shake the jar for me. So
Tragic.
Almond Tits is either an 80s punk band or a type of small bird. I say both.
Yep, me too.
But what do you say we get to our good friend and yours, the community calendar?
There's a Comic-Con or a toy show. What's on your mind? Wants to know? Tell Mike, Mark, and Joe. Community calendar.
And you saw that email on there. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you have community calendar entries, I mean, we'll do our best to get them on there. Send them to the email. It's far easier for me to keep stuff for the show ready to get on the show if you're sending it to the email. Don't send it to my Facebook. I lose things there. I try to keep show stuff with the show so I can put it on the show, if that makes enough sense. So don't send show stuff to my personal Facebook. We don't file things from there.
Gotta keep the show with the show.
That's right. Really big shoe. But first up, first community calendar of the new year. Let's give it.
Pretty
Big hand.
excited about that. Yeah.
Take your way through that one a little bit more, Mark.
Yeah, I'm so hyped right now.
Super RetroCon going on at the in Tampa at the Florida State Fairgrounds. That is January 28th and 29th, so just a couple of weeks from today. They have
Neon is encouraged.
right. They have their own Facebook page. I encourage you if you're in the Tampa area, check this out. I did not see any word on the state of parking, but I imagine that parking is free. But not too many details yet as far as guests and what have you. But again, keep an eye on the Facebook page there, and they will certainly keep you posted. Well, there you go. That's the first of many community calendar entries. Phil Donnelly, what'd you think?
It looks like a fun logo.
It's okay. It's just testing you to make sure you're on your toes. Yep. We clearly have high standards on this program.
Of course.
I mean,
Only the best.
they had me at Free Play Arcade.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
I'm there. Yep.
With pinball games too. So
Sharpen up my old asteroid skills.
Dig gonna get dug. You watch.
Right.
I want that Tron game that I always died 10 seconds in.
I feel my elbow flaring up from that Donkey Kong bursitis.
We have on our Christmas tree, we have like a 3-inch tall, looks like a video game cabinet of Defender. I don't even remember where it came from because I hated Defender as a kid because it was a quarter suck, right? Like you couldn't last 2 seconds on Defender. Now I have a 3/4 size video game system, and Defender is one of the 4 games on it. And no one's ever played it, ever. Elizabeth
It haunts
asked,
you.
looking at the Christmas tree, she was like, "What was Defender, Dad?" I'm like, "Dude, it's right over there. It
Right.
sucks. You can play it for free, and you still won't." So, there you go.
Defender is much like Marvel's Defenders. It's just it's not a good
Yeah.
game.
It's
I mean,
there.
If your choice is Rampage, Joust, Gauntlet, or Defender, are you ever playing Defender?
I tell you, I'm probably not getting past Rampage. I'm just always playing Rampage.
That's why
I got pretty good at Joust.
Joust is a good game.
Yeah, Joust is a good game, but I'm probably not getting like if Rampage is there, that's going to be the choice 99% of the time.
Yeah, Rampage.
Gorilla, Lizard, or
Wolf.
other guy.
Wolf. Ralph, Lizzie, and George. Yeah, good game.
But Josiah Alcorn asks, "Will there be plenty of parking at the fairgrounds?" I can only assume so. Those state fairgrounds, they're big lots.
It's not lying.
But next up, same week, it's
It's
GI
back.
Fest, January 28th. That is at
Slide
the
on in.
Parkway Springs Conference Center, and I'm going to butcher that. That is in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. I think that's a new location from last year. You can get more details. They too have a Facebook page. You can go to kygijoe.com, but they don't have much details there. Most of the details there are for the summer show. But you can slide on over to that address if you need to. And
It's looking real slick.
Yep. Explain it to your wife later.
right.
You know, if you have the kind of wife who watches where you go online.
Right. It is 10 to 4 on the 28th. $8, or $15 for early bird at 9 o'clock. And that's not all the deals happen. Early bird. But only 2 weeks of KY jokes for this. Sadly so. It's a little early.
Hey, who knows? We may not stop.
But you know, you gotta have the you don't ask questions about when the KY jokes come into play. You're just thankful for the opportunity regardless.
We get tired after so many KY jokes, all right? It takes us a little while to recover.
I don't get tired. I can go all show long.
Over
That's
Viper
what she said.
again this month.
Hey-o.
Rich Cohan wonders if the weather will be moist.
Florida.
Probably.
I mean, at Winterfest, Man, probably. Let's hope.
Just park next to the alligator. He won't mind.
You're still stuck in Florida on this one, Mark.
Oh, it's Kentucky. Sorry.
Yeah,
Park next. Don't park on Jim Cornette's lawn. He'll get mad at you.
You can park next to the Colonel.
That's it.
Mr. Sanders.
That might have been a stolen valor thing, right? I don't think he actually served, but
He's a Kentucky colonel. It's a title.
It's an honorary title given out by the governor of Kentucky.
Yeah.
we'll see
He was
about
such a success.
Duh.
that. Wow. You make yourself comfortable, Phil.
I gotta start fighting back from some of this abuse I've been taking all. So.
Let's not forget who gave you that nickname now.
No, we aren't.
I don't just give those out to just anybody.
Yeah. That's why he's fighting back.
I think I only gave out 2 last year, right? Biff McConkie Donk and hostage video. And only one was a term of endearment.
My goodness. So yeah, if you're out and about and wandering the wilds of Kentucky,
Don't slip.
don't slip. It's gonna be icy out there at GI Joe Winterfest on the 28th. Up next, same weekend, but on the 29th, Pasadena Comic Con. Our good buddy, friend of the program, friend of everybody's program, Jamie Sullivan will be there. That is in Pasadena, California, at the Convention Center. You get more details at PasadenaComicCon.com. Phil Donnelly, you going to this one?
Wasn't planning on it. It's Pasadena's kind of a drive. I've been to a few in that location, but that's like 40 miles through downtown LA.
Phil,
What's the fastest route there, Phil?
91 to the 57 to the 210.
The 210?
The
No way.
210.
Jammed.
But in case if you aren't particularly that's a long word, particularly familiar with Jamie Sullivan, that cover of G.I. Joe 300 with 8 billion characters on it, that is all him. So bring that to the past.
And a Guinness World Record breaker.
That's right. He will sign it for you.
So Phil, I mean, when we're advertising somebody's show on, their convention on the show, just lie and say you're going to be there.
I can't let my fans down.
Right?
There's a chapter of the Phil Donnelly fan club in the Dina.
Can't you see the cult of Donnelly getting all pissed off when he's not there? And they start flipping tables and
He will no longer be known as Brock Toon.
They are called the McConkie Donkers.
Oh,
It's an ugly scene when they get pissed. They're usually just hangry, but
You have a utility belt full of Snickers.
Matt Rubin loves that this ad it features G.I. Joe and Robotech. Well, it is the Jamie Sullivan specific one. So
if it had Robotech and Transformers together, Harmony Gold would sue.
I miss the old "Come On Man" soundbite. If I could find a good one, I would get it back in there. But whatever one we had before, I can't seem to locate it again. So we'll give it a shot. Believe me, I'm usually looking. We don't have much in the sound library, although we do have the trumpet flare. Try to save that for when Mark makes an entrance.
Ooh, I like that.
so apparently Mark is Zorro now.
Yeah.
That was good today, man. I put it in for
Yes.
a minute before showtime.
What give yourself some credit. It was like 3 minutes,
Right.
9:57. Because when Joe's not here, somebody's got to be the Joe.
Yeah, I'm trying to fill their shoes. The Californian jokes are big. Alistair loves them. I think you should go whom, Alistair. Go whom.
What if I just stay quiet?
What if I'm just quiet? I'm going to have to rewatch those, come up with some new old material.
Yeah.
So on January 29th, Phil, you're going to be at the Pasadena Comic Con.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Oh, good. He can be taught.
We'll Photoshop him in. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Next week, I'll have to get that headshot of Phil drinking out of the Porg cup superimposed into this.
I don't know where this observation came from, but if you would do me the honor of popping JDO's random observation here up, I want to give it some credit. He is goddamn right. Get that out of there. Usually, if you ordered a sandwich, you could have ordered a salad. So let's not get them confused.
What's the L and BLT stand for you?
Lots.
Lard.
Bacon, lots. Yeah. I have in my life ordered a BLT, hold the L and the T.
It's the bacon sandwich. All right.
And then I haggle because I think it shouldn't be full price. But
I'll knock a nickel off.
okay. I don't know where this came from, but he's so dead on with that I'm just going to support that message.
Yeah, I mean, look, truth
He's
is
probably
truth.
at some really bad restaurant that put lettuce on a peanut butter and jelly.
Ooh.
Or in the middle of his grilled cheese.
Oh,
Way to ruin a grilled cheese.
Now that's where bacon and tomato is good, in the middle of a grilled cheese.
I've heard that.
Anyways. So yes, on January 29th, 2023, get out, visit Jamie Sullivan at the Pasadena Comic-Con. Ticket information is available at their website, pasadenacomiccon.com.
Great guy, and he's done some of the best show covers ever. Really, really good. Love the Ace cover. Got that in the print.
And of course, it's not a What's on Joe Mind community calendar segment unless we're talking about Toyman. There's 8 of them this year, so there's going to be more weeks where we're talking about Toyman than there aren't. Next one's coming up January 29th. It'll be from 9 to 2, $5 admission, $15 for early bird at 8 o'clock. There's out us the Big Machinist Hall in Bridgeton, Missouri, just northwest of St. Louis. Really, if you're anywhere close to St. Louis, get in for this show. It's a 2-story building. They fill it with vendors. St. Louis is a crazy obsessed toy town. Absolutely worth whatever trip you're making.
And you guys know what to do if you see a Dave Draper.
Mm-hmm.
Hugs. Tell him what's on your mind sent you.
Give him a big huggy guy. He loves big huggy guy.
Big, sweaty, huggy guy.
And linger, right? Make it last.
There's a study that says you hug a guy for 20 seconds, that's where the endorphins kick in.
Right. Don't be shy.
You know, we do have to be careful. Springfield's not that far. We could drive him to just, drive up here out of vengeance.
When he starts to squirm, it's time to let go.
I mean, Dave Draper is a large man. When he starts thrashing, you're going to fly off of him, so it's okay.
So
It's like rodeo.
Yeah, that's it. Ride the electric Draper. It's
Like an
free.
angry bear.
If you can stay hugging Dave Draper for 8 seconds, you get some kind of cowboy belt buckle or something.
Your admission to the next episode of What's on Joe Mind is free.
Right. But you are also probably banned from Toyman Show forever. So
I don't know.
Weigh the pros and cons there.
Look, I don't. Chris, the guy who runs Toyman is named Chris, and I don't know Chris that well, but Chris knows Dave. So I'm going to guess if somebody was hugging Dave for an uncomfortably long period of time, he'd probably find it amusing.
You know what? We need people who have done this, and they need to come on the show and tell the tale.
Yeah, video where it didn't happen, right?
But Diana adds avocado to make it a blat, a BLT. That's
That's the most California thing anybody said all show.
Yeah.
See, I'm a big fan of guacamole. I'm not so much a fan of avocado on its own.
I'm not a fan of avocado in general, so.
Oh no! Oh, he's back.
Not that that's particularly offensive, but I want to keep him on his toes.
Uncommon opinion, I know.
If you're
The cross-eye bear.
in or around St. Louis, Missouri, get yourself to Toyman. Lord knows if you miss this one, you'll have another chance very soon. 8 times in 2023. Best $5 you can spend on a Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for community calendar. So let's go ahead and blow the bass out on this son of a bitch one more time. Where's my button? Where'd my button go?
There's a Comic-Con or a toy show. What's on Joe Mind? Wants to know. Tell Mike, Mark, and Joe. Community Calendar.
When we get the new theme, whenever that is, I only got 2 requests. Got to include Rob, and more bass.
More bass.
More bass.
I mean,
We want it to be the podcast equivalent of one of those trucks that just bounces down.
Yes, I want to
blow
loop
out
it.
the windows of the house of whoever's watching this.
I want to loop it and drive around the mean streets of Barrington, Rhode Island, going boom, 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 boom.
I want it to be like the old Maxell cassette commercials. Where you just...
Yeah. Now, is it live or is it Memorex or is it community calendar?
So again, if you have a local show or a regional show that you want us to plug, we're more than happy to do that. Make sure you send it to whatsonjoemind@gmail.com. That's how we know it's going to show up there. We do our best. Make sure you don't just send a link, because then it's going to think you're spam. I mean, take the time, write a sentence. Hey, Mike, here's a show. That'll do it. Doesn't have to be particularly verbose.
Mm-mm.
But the art of email is a lost art. So let's get back. Let's get ourselves back in practice.
You heathens.
I wasn't going there, Mark.
I did.
Look, at some point we all have to draw lines between our regular lives and our social media lives, and I have to draw that line. I have to keep the show stuff at the show. Otherwise, I can't promise it's going to be remembered. If I see a community calendar thing in my personal box on a Monday afternoon, I promise you I will forget completely about it by Friday morning.
Unless the subject line is 10 free beachheads.
Oh,
I'm not going to wait to act on that. The Firefly community calendar, guaranteed to rattle the rust off your beater car.
Damn straight.
Brought to you by Rusty's.
Absorb Vid, I will write you a new theme, anything to stop that one. Well, I mean, you know what? We do supposedly have a new one coming at some point, but we're always open to taking fan submissions. We have never been in the almost 12 year history of this show. If somebody puts something together for us, whether it's art, theme songs, sketches, we even had folks do segments for us when we were doing an audio show. They've all made the air. So really, if you got something you want to share, we are a community program. We are not here for clicks. We're not here for buzz. We love having subscribers, but we're trying to build a community. We've always been trying to build a community. So if you have something, by all means, just send it to the email. Otherwise, I'm gonna miss it.
Just remember, our community is talented. That's number one, and we aren't picky. That's number two. So
that's how we had that
Make yourself-
10-minute remote on G.I. Joe butter sculptures.
Right.
make yourself famous.
I am going to throw it out there that we may not play it more than once.
Hmm.
But if you take the time to put something together for us, we'll play it.
No offense to anybody who's contributed something, because it's all fabulous. But the best thing we have is a 3-second clip of a little girl saying, "Now back to what's on Joe Mind." So you could do this.
Now back to what's on your mind.
See, that is top shelf. So step up.
That kid's going to be graduated college. We'll still be playing that clip.
Absolutely.
No residuals.
You're assuming that in the 18 years till that happens, like we'll be making money then? I mean, come on.
People claim that's their daughter all the time, trying to get in on this gravy train. But with the mask on,
I mean, it's Torpedo Mike. So he's been with us the entire run since the beginning. Since before I was a part of this show, Torpedo Mike was listening to the show. So
I'm so very sorry, Torpedo Mike.
It was before times when the Earth itself was new.
technically it's Torpedo Kendra or Deborah or something, but to protect her identity, we're keeping that on the DL.
Yes.
Yeah.
It took me a second to follow that, but okay.
That's all right. It bounces around sometimes, but it usually gets you on the backside.
The train of thought for Mark is more like ping pong.
Something like that. More like it's more like Pong, actually. Like
Pinball.
yeah.
We have any cat or dog sightings yet, Mark?
Hey, what?
Cat or dog sightings set?
I mean, I could get you a dog if you want.
Uh,
She's sitting here depressed because the family's out of town this weekend, which means with the 4th pick in the Who's Gonna Watch the Dog draft this weekend, Emma selects Mark Webber.
you got treated like Jets fans.
I'm only 4th most popular to her because she hates the cat. Right? Colin's pretty set at 5. So I'm pretty solid at 4 as well. But there's a big jump up to 3, and then even bigger to 2, and I'll never get to 1.
So where do you rank on the cats list?
Probably 2nd. He's my son's cat. He picked him.
Okay.
So that the one who gets you out of the cage and gives you a house.
Right.
Probably is grandfathered in at number 1. But Colin and I are pretty simpatico because I don't mess with him. Because he's got 14 claws, right? He's not terribly friendly. So when he feels like,
because I've never been that person to a cat before, but there have been a few cats in my life that I've worked my way into the number 1 spot.
Yeah, he's all right. You just don't mess with him. Elizabeth likes the dog because she can pick it up and hug it anytime, right?
Right.
And she has tried to apply that theory to the cat. So that is
wise.
He's 46 pounds, so that's a bad idea.
And well armed.
Right.
So yeah,
he is quite literally a cougar.
Yeah. So I'm solid 2 for the cat. But I'm 4 for the dog. And I'm nice to the dog. I'm good to the dog, but I think she can sense cat guy, right? So
she knows cat daddy when she smells one.
Yeah, I'm good to the dog. Yeah, I don't walk her or anything like that, but
you'd be higher on the list if you did.
That wasn't the deal. The deal was I've been taking care of cats for 20 years. If you guys want a dog, cool, but that is not my dog. You guys take care of the dog, and I'll continue to take care of the cats. And it kind of worked out like that.
Or so, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
The Barking Fridge says Roku is faster than YouTube. For your information, time delay. Okay. All right. Didn't know we were racing.
Good to know. If I could get Hulu to stop logging me out, that'd be fabulous.
Right, that would be fantastic.
We don't move. Nothing changed. You just logged me out for no reason. So knock it off. I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I realize these are first world problems, but
What do you say we get to the news?
okay.
Hey, all right. First news item.
Do.
Hey, that's right. Yesterday was the cutoff to get your delivery address set for the HasLab Sky Striker. If you didn't fix your address, well,
Good luck.
Yeah.
right. Get ready to chase that down with the post office or UPS or winds up delivering this beast.
Make friends with the people who live in the apartment after you.
Right. I gotta go move some stuff. But yeah, so Sky Strikers should be hitting the mail soon. I'm kind of excited.
And then we'll find out if they fix that sticker or not. J. Brad Armbruster.
That's gonna be this year's brutal chest cut, isn't it?
There really is no excuse if they didn't, because I rang every bell I still have access to and just went, hey, I get it. This was wrong from jump, but you have a chance to fix it. So it's just a sticker. Yeah, we got time for that. Cool.
That's true. I mean, really, you gave them a heads up. It's not like you were counting on them to catch their own mistake.
It would have been as simple as fixing a typo in an email. Just get in there.
You went to the source and made them aware of the issue. So that it's a legitimate beef at that. It is a legitimate.
J. Brad Armbruster. When his name's Brad J. So you would never start with the
Maybe it's
initial.
J. Brad J. Armbruster.
Maybe, but the file card doesn't say that. Just saying. They didn't start with Wayne Ruthel's middle initial
Good night,
in the
John.
Rio sheet. Just saying.
It's true.
Whoever that is.
It's one thing if you miss it, right? But if someone friendly and respectfully goes, hey, wanted to bring this to your attention, simple fix, but it would make what's already cool even better. Here you go. Do with this what you will. If what you will is, nah, we're good leaving it wrong, yeah, I'm going to ring that bell a little bit.
DJ5 asked the question. That's a name I don't recognize, so welcome to the live stream. What are the odds they changed it? In Vegas-style odds, Phil Donnelly, what do you say?
Well, if it was already saved to a PDF file, then there's no hope.
Well, you're not even taking bets, is what you're saying.
That's right. If it's a Word file, suddenly everything shifted over 7 columns to the right.
I'm saying 100 to 1 that they change it.
I'm not an optimist anymore, but I have faith in the people I talked to. So I give it 1 chance in 3.
So you're not that.
Ooh, here we go, Mark. Cornelius McGillicuddy says there's a Sky Striker HasLab review up on YouTube. I think they fixed the typo.
That's what I'm talking about.
On the tubes.
And I will give them mad credit once I verify that. Cornelius McGillicuddy.
Hey, man, whatever.
No, I'm just thinking we need to get him and Biff McConkey in a cage death match.
Maybe it's SummerSlam.
It would never fit on the marquee.
We have to fight like this.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Kleppinger asks, on the Sky Striker, has anyone confirmed if the final ammo truck is gray? No idea why they wouldn't have molded in green and yellow. Well, I mean, as Cornelius McGillicuddy said, there is a review up on somewhere on YouTube. It seems like a good a place as any to check out.
I
think we'll all find out soon.
I don't think this is going behind the curtain too much, but sometimes it's simply where it fits in the mold, right? For the color of plastic that they're using. So with especially on Transformers, because we didn't make vehicles for Joe very often when I was there. It was gang molded, so the same color, they would put the pieces they wanted a certain color in the same molds. So That's one reason why they might do it.
All right. Next news item.
Boop, boop, boop.
Hey, Kickstarter coming up for Total Action Force the Battle Years Softcover Edition. We've been talking about this for how many weeks now? That Kickstarter is going to start soon. Make sure that you're signed up to get notification when it does. Great book. If you missed the hardcover for Volume 1, here's your chance to get that information the second time around in softcover form. Don't miss out. Don't be dumb and miss it twice. We're past the holidays. You got no excuse. Your tax return's coming in. You're going to have $60 or whatever for this book. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I got in on the hardcover. I don't care. But if you missed the hardcover, don't be dumb twice. Get in on the softcover. Head over to Kickstarter now. Click that green button that says notify me when this starts and get notified when it starts.
Because there's probably no round 3 on this, right? Like it isn't going to come out as an Ashcan book or something.
From what I understand, from my conversations with Brian and Patty, they got permission to do the hardcover run once. There's not going to be a second printing. Hasbro didn't allow it. They had to go back to Hasbro to get the permission to do a softcover run once. So Hasbro Publishing has been great about letting them do this and making it official. But they're not going to let them do it ad nauseum. You don't get to come back on printing number 2. Because printing number 2, if it happens, it's not going to be for a long, long time. Or unless they move just thousands upon thousands of copies, which I don't necessarily see that happening either. But there's no reason why they couldn't move a couple thousand copies. And that's if folks get in on this here.
So kudos to Hasbro Publishing.
Absolutely.
One of the only guys I know who's still there.
Right. Absolutely.
Love you, Mike. Keep doing it.
So yes, over Kickstarter, Total Action Force, the Battle Years. Click that green button.
Good stuff.
Phil Donnelly, you get in on the hardcover on this one?
I did, yes. So I'm set.
Good. You were not dumb once. You know who was dumb once? Rack time, Rob.
Yeah, but he can borrow yours.
No, you see, I get to read it for free, so how dumb was I?
I'm just saying, I ain't gonna be here forever.
But Mike has access to 8 billion Batman comics.
I mean, I got to go in his room to get most of them. So no, I'm not going in there.
This is one of those brother things. He was in my room.
No,
I put it behind my socks.
Oh, here's let me give a little quick Weber insight. My kids got curated Marvel chess sets for Christmas as their big gift, but I had to sneak a chessboard out to have it set up for them to unwrap. So I took all the chess pieces off my daughter's chessboard, which is kind of on display, and just took the board out. And the next morning, she came out and she was like, "Derek, what did you do with my chessboard?" Because it's the kind of thing he would do. Like, that's a pretty good gag. Take the board, but leave the pieces set up, like, on the dresser in order.
Nice.
And he was like, he did the face he did when he actually gets caught doing something. So I got to give him credit for that. He was like, dude. And I had to decide, do I come clean or do I let this play out a little bit?
You got to let that percolate for a while.
Yeah.
I should have, but I felt bad for him.
Oh, curse your.
Oh no, you gotta sit there and just like Mr. Burns, just go dance.
Because
Dance.
like you know the articulated wooden man sculptures that artists have to be able to see how the body is turning, right?
Yeah.
She has one of those, and he is always messing with it, right?
As he should.
And he's not supposed to go in her room. She's not supposed to go in his room. But that's a funny gag. So it's hard for me to get mad at him when he has put it, doing the Macarena or do it in the Rick Rude pose, or like, it's hard for me to be mad at him. But this one
You teach him the classics.
Yeah, this one wasn't his fault.
Next news item.
Do.
How have we got an hour with what we've gotten to this point? I don't understand this at all.
Nonsense. It's just nonsense.
Good Lord, do we prattle.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the was it? Yeah, no, it is. This was the big quote news of the week, and this little chart was put together by the artist Shark over on. We've buddied up with him on Instagram. He seems like a good dude. Just the code names for the upcoming classified figures were found in Target system, and for some reason this sparked some maelstrom of online hatred. Which I don't understand. Why? I mean, and again, I'm not criticizing the artist Shark who put this handy guide together, because it is a news item. Like, this is actually news. But man, the rush to talk about this, unbelievable. Because if this wasn't a case where we didn't know exactly who was coming, it would be a bigger story, right?
I mean, I always think this stuff is overblown. Who cares?
Right. It's like we know the actual characters that are rolling out. So why do we care how they're in the system?
They don't, and there's never a hint, right? They never go, "Oh, we should make Lowlight Steinbeck because he
right."
wrote."
I mean, it's just kind of cool to note that they've gone from celestial bodies to well-known authors. Like, that's neat.
So somebody there has read a book. Congratulations.
Right.
Or they just, visited a library.
It isn't How to Make Toys That Appeal to a New Generation. That one apparently is checked out of the library.
Josiah Alcorn says it's easy to fit in an hour of nonsense right before a live show.
That's a good
Right
point.
before or right after?
Well done. You got the honcho to choke.
That was my water.
We've never had a death on air before, although we've come close. When Mark did the "my crotch just broke" bit, I almost asphyxiated.
It's a shame that was in the radio portion. Because man, that would have been great video.
I mean, you'd have seen me just falling off of the couch here.
I barely got the line out. I was cracking myself up.
But yeah, so this is the whole bit. This is the sarcasm behind our thumbnail about man bites dog, click here. It just seemed like G.I. Joe social media was tripping over itself to drop this on the masses, and I just don't understand why. You already know what's coming. The last time people were surprised by what was coming, well, we know a little something about that, and the whole process has changed. They don't leave it out there for people to find out now. They tell us in advance. So who cares how it's in target system? It's nice that it's there because it means it's at least on the shipping schedule.
Yeah.
But who cares?
One's named after Shania Twain, though, and one after Vern Gagne. So I found that interesting.
All right, Viper Scout, unless there are dates or prices, who cares? Exactly. Thank you. Good point, Viper Scout.
I don't know this for sure. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm sure there are shows that spend an hour on this.
Yeah.
And we're giving it 4 minutes, and that's probably too much.
Right. And I feel like it is too much, especially since this handy chart is there. You can go look at it on Instagram. Shark has it up on his Instagram feed. I think Surveillance Port has duplicated it. So right there, or you can freeze it here and just look at it there. Whatever.
Screenshot.
Yeah, knock yourselves out, but it's not worth this much discussion. Beta Ray Bob asks, who is Mole Rats? In the UK, when they revealed the Big Ben digital render, Mole Rats was revealed as an upcoming figure. He is a brand new Cobra Army builder, so we don't know exactly.
I doubt that, but we'll see.
Yeah, right. It's probably like somebody from Valor versus Venom, the dude that came with Snake Eyes.
I'm just saying, brand new isn't exactly the
Swamp
strong
rat.
suit here.
they lost the rights to Frag Viper, so they got to do this.
Just as long as they aren't naked mole rats.
Firefly says Lovercraft had better be a vehicle.
or a hair metal band.
Oh yeah, Lovercraft.
Opening for Whitesnake now at Foxwoods Casino.
Lovercraft.
That's what truly drives you insane is
Here's
trying to
this
find an exit.
Lovercraft that I'm feeling. Oh wait. Anyways, Lovercraft.
Thank you, Cleveland. We have been Lovercraft.
Everybody's working for that weekend. Next news item. Hey, there is Cat Kitty. And he's here in his Meowler tag to remind you that our show is brought to you by Kokomo Toys and Collectibles in scenic Kokomo, Indiana. Let's take a few seconds and hear from our great sponsors at Kokomo Toys.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
That's the news. All right.
I see something new. I try to spot something new every time we play the Kokomo ad.
Mhm.
And this time it was in the display shelf as they're panning down. Hot seat with helmet, laying on his side, orange pants, just glowing. So get yourself a hot seat at Kokomo Toys.
Matt Rubin asked, do you think they'll be talking about Lovercraft at KY JoeCon?
They talk about Lovercraft wherever they go.
Right.
Lovercraft knows no bounds.
Sometimes they talk about it at KY JoeCon. Sometimes they talk about it in the Raw. Anyway,
they're on the third stage at Coachella right after a brutal chest cut.
Right? And Decepticon Thrust.
And Blatt.
And Blatt, yeah.
Bacon, lettuce, avocado, and tomato.
Blatt
Forget skid mark.
Blatt opens for Guar, I'm pretty sure.
That's a new bodily function soundstage.
My former roommate in college, one of them, we nicknamed him Guar.
Did he wear a giant helmet for some reason?
No, he was a skinny blonde guy with glasses who always wore polo shirts. And so he was like the least likely person on earth to be named Guar. So we named him Guar. So to this day, he will still answer to Guar.
Nicknames are good. Means you care.
And we do have some time to take some questions if you've got any. We have not done a whole lot of talk to the audience in recent weeks, and frankly, that bit's always death. But we're here for it. And Cornelius McGillicuddy's going to kick us off with. Mark said that The next classified HasLab should be the Vamp. How can the Vamp HasLab avoid the fate of the Hell Charger?
Someone else has it right, not being 350.
Right. Yeah. I mean, those are two very different things. The Vamp is a unique vehicle that is iconic within the G.I. Joe line. The Hell Charger is the fourth most popular incarnation of a C-list character.
There you go.
And the fourth most popular incarnation of a C-list character that they still have to pay licensing fees on. So
right, like, and there's ways to bump. Like, if you wanted to throw stuff on the Vamp to make it worth $350, you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to throw a clutch on there, great. You want to throw a whirlwind cannon or something with it, great. You want to throw different weapon pods you can put on the back, great. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with a Vamp that you really couldn't do with that Hell Charger. So no, it's not apples. It is apples and oranges. It is not apples to apples.
I mean, the Vamp, it writes itself, right? Even though the original Vamp didn't come with it, you could add the snap-on gull-wing doors and the top, right? Because you're going to do that anyway when you re-release it as a Desert Vamp.
You know what you could do? I mean, this might take a bite of the apple, but you could removable chassis, green chassis, tan chassis.
I could see that because, I mean, I think they're going to get multiple kicks at it, but you could save that just for the Stinger. If you
I wouldn't want to do that simply because if I'm getting two chassis, I want to have two Vamps. No, I wouldn't want to have to pick one or the other.
But you could co-pilot it, right? Like you could put a Joe in there that they maybe aren't planning to do anywhere else.
Right.
You know,
like a hand clutch.
No, I wouldn't do the Clutch Brothers.
Yeah.
They could really go all out and give it a windscreen.
Right. Or do clutch, and then maybe if you've got a whirlwind or something on the back, maybe it comes with thunder.
I love thunder.
Right. Normally, somebody you wouldn't normally see in the line, and who wouldn't make a whole lot of sense without something to be piloting or manning or something like that. And he's an artillery specialist, so hey, there's a thought.
Yeah, or you do old school Hawk and put an MMS behind it. That's
right,
cool.
something like that.
Yeah, or you put clutch with Derek Jeter because he's clutch too.
He was pretty clutch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pretty clutch.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'd rather have a Vamp Hal HasLab.
Actually, I agree, but too big, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the HAL is, I don't know.
I mean, the Vamp
never my favorite.
The Vamp could be done if you go bare bones version of it versus like if you don't have swappable gear, if you don't have the doors, if it's really just that body frame, and then the Vamp and the HAL is just the big gun with a seat. It's a lot of plastic, but there's not a lot of complexity in putting that in.
I agree. I think you could sell that as a big bit, Vamp and HAL. I just think the HAL is too big to add as a stretch goal. Right?
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. But then you can get Grand Slam as a stretch goal figure.
Yeah, that's true. But whereas I think the MMS might be a stretch, but I think the Whirlwind is exactly the kind of thing that's at the kind of edge of stretch goalishness.
Right.
Coastal Defender, or they don't get a penny from me.
Again,
there you go.
We're just kicking things around, so don't let's not get too wrapped up and too worked up over what we're saying.
Road
we're just a bunch of dumb jerks with a Friday night podcast. We don't know nothing.
That's it. But there are a lot of dumb jerks who don't have a podcast, so chew on that.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping them but their own insecurities.
They're too dumb to work the equipment.
Which button? Where's the button?
David Allen asks, are any of us going to be attending Joe Fest this year, June 10th through 11th? Way too early to tell. Don't even have an idea yet.
What happened to just lying to the audience and saying yes?
June 10th to the 11th. And this is the kind of show where somebody might actually hold me accountable. Like, oh, hey, you said you were going to be there and you weren't. You know, it's not like you going to Pasadena, Phil, where nobody recognized you anyway.
I would like to go back to Joe Fest. I had a good time at Joe Fest. Spend some money, make it rain.
They have the cookout there where you can order corn dogs a la carte, and that's always points in your favor.
Do you normally not?
Well, I mean, like we went on the friend of the program, George Greeno, said you guys got to come to cookout. So there was about 8 of us that went out to this restaurant called Cookout. It's exclusively Southern only fast food place where everything, and I mean everything, is deep fried.
Even the
But
napkins.
Right, but it's all from scratch too. So it was just a freaking corn dog, but it was one awesome corn dog. And they give you something like $6 worth of food, which it's this giant pile for $6, and then you can just like for $1 more, you can just have them throw a corn dog on the side. I was like, well, I want a corn dog, so I can not eat something else and be happy with that corn dog, and I've still only spent $7. And so yes, we all went. We ate fried food till we died, and then it was a terrible decision that we all were happy we made. And so that
once the defibrillators were applied,
they're at the table.
By every exit, there was a defibrillating unit. But, so maybe we'll figure it out. We'll get, as we get closer to the day, we'll probably know a little bit more. It was a fall season of much tumult and upheaval. As Mark and I both started new jobs, so tough to say at this point. Stop. There we go.
But maybe I can save some funds. Maybe this June isn't as likely as the next June. And then I'll just be in there saying, take my money. I made a list of some of the G.I. Joe Collectors Club stuff I missed at the end. The FSS 7 and 8 I didn't get much of. Wouldn't mind getting at least a couple of them. So I'm looking. I'm starting to percolate. That recoil is pretty good.
But
with a real helmet.
Here's one
instead of the Devo helmet he came with originally.
See, I like the Devo helmet. Oof. Josiah Alcorn's got one for you, Mark. Mulkey Brothers versus Mean Street Posse. Who you got?
Are we talking in a legit fight, or if I actually booked it?
I think we're fantasy booking.
I mean, Mulkey's got to go over. Love the Mulkeys. They were in the Crockett Cup, damn it.
I see. I'm booking the Mean Street Posse to go over because they got powerful friends.
Yeah, it's probably.
Like, they were hooked up with the corporate ministry, so if they're fighting, they're getting their asses kicked by the Mulkey brothers. Like if the Undertaker comes down ringside and starts cleaning house, well, then the Mean Street Posse's going over.
I mean, I wasn't a fan of the Mean Street Posse, but in the same way that I'm not a fan of the Insane Clown Posse. But both those groups just took their beatings in wrestling, right?
See, I love the Mean Street Posse because I knew exactly what they were there for. They were there to get their asses handed to them.
Yeah, but
for it.
But sometimes that gets crossed over and they start smashing guys over who shouldn't be on TV at all.
They were just goons. They were incompetent goons.
Yeah, and the one guy who was thick, like a legit barrel for a chest, was named Joey Abs. Right. I thought that was hysterical. He was like one ab, like turned on it.
One of those guys wrote a book that I'm trying to track down.
It's probably a good read.
My Time at the Bottom of the Card in the WWE. Like that's really what it was called. So I forget which one it was, but
speaking of waste of money, they just revealed this week that Shane McMahon got paid $800,000 last year to begin the Royal Rumble for 4 minutes. That's good work if you can get it, man.
Right. It pays to be the boss's kid at that point, right?
Gotta say, it was my favorite year of Shane McMahon's career anyway, so keep paying him.
Fired him and sent him far away. That's worth $800,000.
They just sent him far away. They didn't fire him. They kept paying him.
Firefly's got a question for the honcho as well. Situation with Wizards of the Coast trying to take all the money from the D&D fandom right now is pretty ugly. Should we be worried about Hasbro proper taking that stance?
I mean, I don't know that much about the specifics of what Wizards is doing with Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm an old school D&D guy. I haven't played in 20 years probably. Since EverQuest came out, I didn't have to be Dungeon Master anymore. So I appreciate that. But I do have friends, a couple who are really into Magic the Gathering and have been pretty much since Jump. And I had dinner with both of them and their Phoenix guys over Christmas. And they both said, yeah, we're pretty much priced out. And one of them is exactly the kind of guy they should want, right? He's like a software executive, right? He does well. He doesn't not have the money. He just doesn't need to be chasing all these rare exclusive versions of the same card 4 times a year or 8. I think it used to be quarterly. They had quarterly drops, but now they have like 8 or 10 a year. And it was funny. I didn't learn the term until I worked with Tops a little bit. They actually call them whales, right? The guys and gals with so much money that never go away and spend like what would seem like a ridiculous amount, but they're normally pretty well to do. So it's not any more than we all spend on Joe's. They just have deeper pockets. So they're the guys getting the 1 out of 10 Aaron Judge online digital exclusive card that they can show people on their phone. And I don't get it really, but it makes money and there's a market for it. So I just wonder when that changed, because when I was at Hasbro, which is, man, now that sounds like old man talk, but it kind of is, they left Wizards of the Coast alone because they made 10% more money every year, year over year. And they went, you know what? Yes, strong mad, you just keep doing your thing, man. And they left them alone. But now, and I don't know if it has something to do with the new head being the former Wizards of the Coast head, but they are really amping that up. And plans, I assume for cards, the lead isn't the same as it is for toys, but it still had to be stuff they had planned maybe under his watch before he took over the whole thing. So I guess my learned insight is, from my minuscule research, doesn't seem to be going over so well with the Magic folks.
Early returns are not positive.
Yeah, so maybe they won't, but I worry, and it's the thing, the drum I keep beating on G.I. Joe is they aren't even trying to appeal to youth at all. When's the last time that website was updated?
Right.
Not maybe once since Jump. There's no web content. There's no new characters. There's no attempt to appeal to a younger generation other than you might be able to say the Snake Eyes movie. But it was garbage, so it didn't work. So if you're not trying to build new fans, and this was always my stance whenever I worked on anything. If you're not trying to build new fans, if you're only trying to appease the existing collectors and the diehards, that is a slowly draining sink.
Right.
So any brand manager worth anything should have some kind of strategy for reaching out to youth. And I know it's harder than ever because most kids just want the screen, but there are ways to appeal through the screen. If you're not selling toys, at least you're selling the brand, and they aren't doing that even. So that's my complaint.
But there you go. So hope that sheds some light. Rich Cohan's got the question. I watched your definitive ranking of figures. I'm going to guess that's the top 10 of 2022. Did anyone consider the repainted classic Gung Ho? And the answer is yes. That figure did show up on 5 lists. The highest it placed on any of those lists, though, was Phil, who had it 7th. So it was well represented, but it was towards the bottom of the lists that it appeared on, so it just didn't have the point total to get in. I didn't get a chance to do it this week. I got just busy with what I had going on. I'm going to put the complete point totals for everything that caught votes in our little ranking, just so everybody can see what was going on with that. Keep it all above board. I wanted to get that on Instagram and Twitter this week, but I just didn't get the chance. So yes, it did, but it just didn't score high enough to make the top 10.
I would have ranked it, given it more credit, if it hadn't have been a necessary fix for a figure they botched the first time.
Right. I had it on mine at number. I had it at number 9, and I think it would have been higher there too. Like if you're going to do a release on that, then I think it would have placed higher for me had they gotten the right Marine Corps tattoo. Like that was, I love that figure. It's a great one, but there's plenty of great classified figures that I couldn't fit into my top 10. So like Cobra Officer, Storm Shadow, there just wasn't room. There was at least 13 great classified figures, and there was a top 10 list. And yeah, so and classified wasn't the only part of G.I. Joe last year. So Anyhow, enough of that. So we'll get I'll do my best to get that table put together and on our social media.
I gave it an honorable mention along with that Migo Storm Shadow Snake Eyes 2-pack.
Nobody cares what you think.
I don't care. I just let it out there. It's out there now.
There you go.
Try and stop me.
It is for the masses now.
It belongs to the people.
Michael McFarland Jr. That's a new name. Welcome, Michael. What do you guys think will get released with the O-ring line this year?
Two things: Jack and shit. Jack left town.
Easy.
But he's not wrong, because they actually have said there's not going to be a retro O-line 2023 because it wasn't in their plans because of all the packaging they were doing. So it's probably going to be a year before we see something else.
Good catch, Rob. So
I think I just said that, but okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get that line accelerated a little bit to maybe we're seeing some at the end of the year, but don't count on it. David Allen says he has an extra bed, Mark. If you want, it's yours. I can get you into the show as well. I think he's trying to get your wallet, Mark. I'd be careful.
No, I mean that sounds friendly and helpful. Whereas when Joe gets those requests, it sounds creepy and dangerous.
Yeah, we have a special show for those.
It's cot number 6.
But I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's toy kind of mood. Welcome, Travis. One of the pulls for Joe Fest for me was the Sarge, and now he'll be at WrestleCon in Los Angeles. Okay.
That might be Louisiana.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
Well, I think he's got a later comment that says it lines up with WrestleMania, which isn't that in LA this year? No, it's in Texas. Or is it in LA this year?
She just said it was the same weekend.
I think it might be Pete Gas, Joey Abs, and who was the third?
Rodney.
Did he have a last name?
No, he was just Rodney.
Just Rodney? Okay.
And Rodney and Pete Gas were actually guys who were friends with Shane McMahon back in the day.
Imagine
they were actually his buddies. And Joey Abs was a developmental guy who they brought in to actually take bumps.
To do the bumping.
Like when somebody had to be in an actual match, it was Joey Abs because he knew how to take a beating.
Or Shane would take bumps once a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Took too many as a kid.
Jackass.
Oh goodness. Let's see.
We got a Jinkies.
We'll take one more. Matt Rubin asks, what obscure character or figure would get you to shop at Target again, Mark?
Well, let's take this opportunity to kiss ass with the senior member of the staff, because I never have to shop at Target again, because as Mike is fond of saying, there's one right around the corner from them. So Mike and Rob have been really good to keep their eye out for me, and I always, I pay what they pay plus shipping, and I usually round up to the nearest dollar, for their effort. So I'm a grateful subsidiary of the Irizarry Enterprises.
I think I know what would get him into a Target.
I can't go back. I can't.
An exclusive new character named General Honcho with a pale complexion and some red hair.
Not a bad call.
Night Force Thunder.
But seriously, I went all the way up the food chain as friendly and calmly as I could, and in the end, I got 4 rows up, and asked the guy, "Can I get? Well, it's not your solution is not acceptable to me. Can I speak to anyone else?" And he said, "I'm sorry, this is as high as it gets." And I said, then the choice isn't mine, it's yours. Either make good on my pre-order that you chose to cancel without alerting me, or lose me as a customer forever. That's it. And he said, we're really sorry about that. We can send you this $5 coupon, $5 off at Target. And I said, cool. Then send that to me, and can I give that to somebody else? Because I won't be able to use it. And he was like, yeah, it's transferable. I'm great. So he sent me $5 off, and that was the last dime I spent directly at Target. Now, I still want the Target exclusive stuff, because I have one of every classified vignette. So I'm going to get them, but it is semantic, but it isn't going to be my money in their cash register. It isn't going to be my credit card popping up. Not that they're watching, I get it, but it's semantic, but it's important. You can't treat a customer like that and expect them to come back. And that's what they did. They expected that I would come back, and they were wrong.
Right. It's I mean, if you're taking extra steps when you could just drive out there yourself, it's kind of its own penance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting you guys out more than me, but
we're in there buying shit anyway, so it doesn't.
Yeah. But if there was one that was really hard to find, right, and you guys didn't have to come across it, I would end up paying eBay prices for it, right? Because I'm not going back in there. I'm not. What does it tell the business that treated you poorly as a customer if you continue to support them? So
I don't shop at Walmart.
There you go.
I don't like them as a company. I don't want to support them. I find myself having to go into Walmart to get Walmart Joe exclusives, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we all have the point at which we bend on because we like this stuff more than we hate them.
Right. I pay most of my stuff comes from Big Bad Toy Store because they've been who I buy toys from forever, and they always come well packaged. I can do the pile of loot thing. I don't need to have them right now. I just need to get them at some point. So I pay a little extra for most of my classified stuff to get it from Big Bad Toy Store because they've treated me well as a customer. Target is the flip of that.
And you were on with Travis on Tuesday. He'll be around later tonight if anybody's wanting to stay up late and talk more about this stuff on a toy kind of mood. Just head over to that channel, and we're done here tonight. And Travis will get you your late night fix.
I was total diva too. I was like, I got half an hour. And he's like, we're going to be on for a long time. I'm like, I got half an hour, and it's because I got kids and 2 hours of eternal baseball to do tonight. So
Mark
I'll
Webber
talk
after hours.
Right? I was such a diva. I was like, I want green M&Ms. I want
I
proper
want
lighting.
a bowl of green M&Ms.
You better not see any W's.
I want my intro music. Like, yeah,
I need a bowl of just green M&Ms, and I need a bowl of M&Ms with no green.
that's it.
And then a mixing bowl.
Right.
And then a big bowl where I can dump them all in together.
Mhm.
That's what do you say we get into our jumbo-sized what we got in? Because we haven't done that since the end of last year as well. Phil Donnelly, you're our guest. Why don't you go ahead first?
All right. This could be a thing. All right. So it's a good thing Joe isn't here because
Yeah.
You see, I'm just waiting for mine to come in just so I can just hold it up the entire show.
mounted, hanging on the wall behind you.
Yeah.
I will be right here.
Set it
I may set the camera up so I just have like little recondo and you just hear my voice behind it go, "Hey Joe, how are you?"
So yes, Tiger Force Recondo, Tiger Force Bazooka. These guys, this came in yesterday. Last week, Tiger Force Duke and Ram.
There we go.
And because I am a sucker for pain, this also came in yesterday.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm curious to see if I'll have complete figures or not. And I got something else in the mail just today that is still in its box, but is too big and too heavy for me to put on screen. So I'm going to have to jump out of real quick, rearrange some stuff, and then come right back.
All right, go ahead, turn off your camera. We'll jump to Rack Time Rob while you're doing that.
That sounds good.
Rack Time Rob.
All right. Well, and one of those trips to Target where I went wandering in looking for garbage bags. I'm a weak, soft little man. So
There you go.
Why don't you explain what it is for the folks at home who are squinting at their screen?
all right, Python Patrol Viper. Hello. And the I'm sure this would never really get made. Python Patrol Bat, because Stealth Bat kind of defeats the purpose. All right, and then a couple weeks ago, I've been sitting on these for a little while. I got in, not Joe related, but probably my very first action figures.
Oh, yeah. Squishy heads, I hope.
Nah, they don't squish anymore, but like I said, they won't turn gray.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, fair enough.
We'll get that unhealthy zombie hue.
These Mego reissues, and they are actually from Mego, of the 50th, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the world's greatest superhero collection, which, like I said, are my very first action figures.
There are
damn old.
Yes, there are many good memories connected to those. Very few of them past the age of 7, because they were gone by then.
Look at this.
Well,
Look at the size of that box. He got a new desk.
So, Rex, before we switch over, do you have anything else you're wanting to show off?
No, that was it.
All right, let's get Phil back front and center here.
This is a big, heavy box.
All right. Jesus.
I got my razor blade.
Oh, he's a boxer right now.
Yes.
What's up with that, Phil? Why don't you clean up once in a while?
It says Ghostbusters on the front.
Ooh.
I'm honestly surprised you can read that.
Not to
Yes,
steal
it does.
the thunder, but
Yeah, Mark.
oh, did I steal the thunder completely?
I'm just impressed that you could read that on the box there.
That power contact lenses, baby.
Oh God, it's heavy.
Don't break
Listen,
it.
everyone, we have a live viewing of Phil's first hernia.
That's right. It's the magic of live programming, folks.
That thing's a monster.
Get a little section breaking.
You've been asked, do I see a size? Probably not.
Nope. You know what else it isn't? It isn't
It
that
specifically says, "Please open from bottom."
It also isn't a Nerf G.I. Joe blaster.
Yes.
Oh God, I hope not.
Those did not ship.
They threw it in.
Right? They packed with it. Now we can brag that our unboxing is bigger than other people's unboxings.
Yeah. It's a million little boxes.
Yeah.
And inside each one is a $1 bill.
Going the right way.
Yep. All right. Now I got to open another box.
The Russian nesting doll of cosplay excellence.
Let's hope you're comfortable at home.
We could be here a while.
I apologize to anyone catching the audio replay of this. Only for the degradation of full sound and the fact that nothing is going on camera either. So we're as bored as you are.
This is great. This makes for great radio.
Dripping.
Right. Not that hurry up with that box cutter was ever sound advice.
Box cutter is cutting tape. He is cutting more tape.
We are cutting some more tape. We are lifting a lid. All right.
There's blood everywhere. Oh, the humanity.
Who are you going to call? The ambulance. Uh-oh.
He is 3 time zones away. He's on his own. We cannot help him.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Move the box. Get it on camera. There we go. And that is your $1,700 HasLab Proton Pack.
Nowhere near that cost, thankfully. And I can finally put to rest this Spirit Halloween Proton Pack I had before.
Oh my. Oh.
That's
a significant upgrade right there.
Yeah.
Do you have the thrower?
I do.
All right, excellent.
The old Kenner one looked better than the Spirit Halloween one.
Are we going to model or what? We going to put this on?
Well, I figured I got to find the tube first and get it disconnected to the side.
Hey, this is your purchase, so you do what you want. But my suggestion is save all the packing so you can send the Spirit one back to Hasbro. And go, what the hell? Come on,
man.
What is
You got me
this?
the wrong thing.
This isn't what I paid for.
Like an old, the hose. It's just an old tube from a vacuum.
Dude, it's just like those jabronis who are going to put old Dukes in the sealed classified boxes starting soon at a store near you.
Jeff
Just
Bundy was afraid a ghost is going to come out. Well, I mean, don't be afraid anymore.
Right.
Phil's ready to handle it. Hey, there you are.
They had to make us a puzzle, didn't they?
I just got done with my rewatch of the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Is that the one with the ape?
No, that's the
That's the wrong Ghostbusters.
That one sucks.
Although 100% more Larry Storch.
Did we want that?
Yes.
Yeah, if it's a Yankee rain delay.
All right. Well, I got some mini Stay Puffs in here.
Awesome.
Where is the tube hiding?
So while he's thinking of that, Mark, why don't we go ahead and we'll switch to you.
All right.
We'll give Phil a little bit of time there.
All right.
What'd you get in, Mark?
I got a handful of things. A couple of these are from Christmas even. So I'm going to go through them quick. So my first one, and maybe my favorite one, I'll put it right in front of the phone here. Little tiny guy, but dig this. You recognize my little buddy there?
That's a toaster?
That's Mo from Wall-E.
Oh, wow.
The like violent cleaning robot.
You know, I've never seen that front to back in one sitting.
Mo's so good. Wall-E is so good. And
I've
Mo's
probably seen all of it, just never in order. So
yeah.
Does he like poke Wally in the eye, like going boink?
Mo's the best. So
Mo was their leader.
There isn't a lot of Mo merchandise, so I'm pretty happy that I got Mo. My friend Chris, who's one of the Magic guys I was talking about, he's the only guy I trade birthday presents with. So he got me because he's a Magic guy. Ooh, this is, as you can tell, the foil reflector Prowl card.
Ooh.
Because they did some kind of Transformers crossover. He knows I'm a Prowl honk. So, and I do like how it's robot on the front and car on the back. So anyway, super shiny. This one, I just got to give a shout out to these guys. This is Skeletron. And I know this isn't new, and I know everybody has this who wanted it. But just looking at it, they did such a good job with the packaging on this, right?
yeah,
They package out, they're three of the exact same toy, but they pack them out differently. The art is fantastic. The logo's front and center. The name isn't plastered on front of the bubble, but you can tell what it is. The back is gorgeous. Like, legit, this is one of the best packaging jobs I've seen in ages.
and it's the first toy from that maker.
Yeah.
First toy.
So good. And so I'll reach out to them separate, but I wanted to break it on this show. But everybody likes this. This stuff's great. But this right here, this is as good as it gets. So massive props to Ben and the boys at Skeletron. And while I'm giving out credit to the guys at Gridiron Toys, I guess I'll have to do this in front of my hand. That's a shoulder holster.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it doesn't take much to figure out whose helmet this is, right? With the big ass visor. They have a nice Steeler customized set. I'm a big Steeler hawk. So all that, and then there's some guns in here, the submachine gun and the gold pistol. So I have an extra
figure you're going to put that on.
I have an extra breaker that
Okay.
I think with not too much work could be Steeler. I got to figure out who the head is though. And then the last two things, one of my best Christmas presents. I do dig the Masterpiece series of the original set of Transformers. I didn't have Wheeljack, so here he is. And then huge fan of Bill Nedro's writing, and his book with Action Force Broken Lines is available on Amazon right now, and hardcover, pretty thick.
Yeah.
Just got this today, so I'm looking forward to digging in and reading some new Nedro prose, and that's what I got in.
All right. You know, it's funny. I was all over these guys all week. Hey, be ready. We're going to do a lot with what we got in this week. And then what did I do? I did not get all of my stuff ready because I was putting together everything else. So what did I get in? Racktime Rob did for Christmas. He did get me a Marvel Legends Spidey, which is really cool, but I'm not sure where I put it at the moment. It's around. I know
it's over with the G.I. Joe stuff.
All right, whatever.
Which Spider-Man is it?
First appearance
Spidey. So he's got the darker costume and the narrower eye lenses, and he just looks he's a little bit more 60s.
And
but
web wings.
Did get my Duke, my Tiger Force Duke, as everybody who follows us on Instagram saw, and everybody who follows us on Facebook saw. And speaking of Facebook, if you're there watching us, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. And that also brings us to what we like to call the tally. So it's been a while since we've done one of these, but here's number 56, and he's okay. He's got kind of a loose right arm, doesn't have his ammo bag, but he's in real good shape otherwise. And then there's number 57, who was a gift from our fan Jonathan Robinson. As you can see, he is crotch free, as the gifts tend to be. He's got a replacement pack. Cream-colored ammo bag
for the spring collection.
Right, he is prepared for when things finally warm up, and that is number 57. That is the second one that Jonathan Robinson has provided to Beach Party 86. So for the rest of you fools, he has lapped you.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Robinson is officially the show's number one fan.
Oh, I did forget something
because I can be bought. What's that, Racktime Rob?
Rumble.
Oh, it's little Rumble.
That's a good toy.
Yeah, he will turn into a cassette that fits in Soundwave. So,
is that Rumble or Frenzy?
According to the package, Rumble.
Okay.
It's cartoon Rumble.
There you go. Fair
Studio
enough.
series.
I won't argue with that.
Think too hard about that. And after years upon years of watching the cartoon and having the little blue guy be Rumble, the little blue guy is Rumble. That's all I'm saying on the matter.
Unless he's mint on card.
I'll still have to stop and think about it when I see the little red and black guy. Yeah. I mean, he was Frenzy on the show.
Yeah.
A few times.
And Frenzy got no play on the show.
Very little.
None.
Yeah.
He was essentially Rumble's clone. He did the same thing. I don't understand. But anyways, looks like Phil has found the hose and is ready to show off his cool-ass Ghostbusters pack. I can unmute his microphone now.
So apparently the hose is all out in California.
Apparently. Yeah. So I gotta adjust some straps to fit around my gut first. At least it's on. It doesn't look like it includes batteries, but I can do that.
Yeah, because $300 doesn't get you a pair of sea-level batteries.
Yeah.
4 of them apparently. So.
That's all right. You got to save something for articulated points.
That's right. And I do plan on putting the proper Alice frame onto this one because it does have the mounts for it, and that'll actually fit me. So,
all right.
Work to be done still.
There you go.
All right. We'll let it slide for now. Oh, now Phil is stuck in his proton pack.
He's stuck in his proton pack.
There we go.
He's got to go grocery shopping in a proton pack.
I would actually kind of like that.
honestly, in California, would anybody look at you weird?
No.
If you showed up wearing a proton pack?
No, he'd probably get more compliments than anything else.
If I stand out in the crowd.
Probably be some burnt out old hippie like, thank you for keeping us safe, sir.
Right. He'd be one of 3 guys with proton packs at the Piggly Wiggly. Yeah.
Firefly says the pop and the beachhead tally is a crotch breaking.
Yay!
Again, Jonathan Robinson of Alabama has now provided 2 beachheads for Beach Party 86. So the rest of you fools got some catching up to do.
Oh boy!
And they're freshly squeezed because they're from Alabama.
That's right.
That's right.
From the homeland.
Yeah, they are native.
They even smell like beachhead, probably.
I hope not.
Intact crotch or no. Beachhead is still a rough and tough ranger. And he don't take no guff.
Diana Davis says a guy rides his motorcycle around Burbank dressed as Captain America. The proton pack is fine.
Please tell me he's dressed up like the Red Brown TV movie Captain America. Please.
With the transparent shield.
Yes, please.
Oh my God! If that's not an advertisement to move to Burbank, I don't know. I think I'm looking at the real estate listings in Burbank now.
Yeah.
That sounds like my neighborhood. Oh my goodness! I'd probably be out there in like the fat guy in the Spider-Man suit that was riding next to him in a dune buggy. That got Phil. Nobody else, but I got Phil.
I'm just thinking of you being in front of the Hollywood and Highland and the Chinese theater trying to get pictures taken for $5 a pop.
I wouldn't sell out like that.
Wasn't the dune buggy the Spider-Mobile?
That's right.
Yeah,
It was, yes.
It could drive up walls.
It's still not. That's not as cool as Superman flying in a piece of machinery that is less strong and less fast than he is without it.
Look, man, sometimes Superman has to deal with situations where he's in a red sun or there's kryptonite present and he needs the Supermobile.
Yeah, I think Superman's just an asshole, probably.
I think that's probably a little bit of it too. But for situations where there's a red sun or green kryptonite, Supermobile.
Fair enough.
David Allen says, if that's what it takes to get on your good side, Mike, then you'll get a bucket of beachheads. Well, the proof is in the pudding, sir.
Yeah. Just bring it. Or actually just send it.
That's a long drive. Just send it.
We're beautiful downtown Burbank. It's Rowan and Martin's laughing.
Hey, hold on. Let me get my drink. Hey.
Sock it to me.
Maybe that's it. I could drive around dressed like Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon from his brief cameo on Laugh-In in 1968.
Oh.
I love
heavy.
I'll tool around in this Studebaker. That's a good one.
Makes him Captain America.
Riddled with phlebitis.
And if you're playing What's on Joe Mind Bingo and you had Richard Nixon reference.
And phlebitis.
You just off right now. That's probably a bingo for you. I wonder if it's
Doesn't even need the free space.
70s Captain America that's driving around Burbank. Well, let's hope.
Oh my God. It's been on Svengoolie. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, one of the few things we can't seem to get a hold of is MeTV. They apparently the only show anybody watches on MeTV is Svengoolie. That's not enough to sell a network. But there's Jeff Butler. You bet your sweet Bippy. That's what he said that back in the day.
That's the problem. He did bet his sweet Bippy and lost.
His sweet defenseless Bippy.
Broke right off.
Oh my God.
Phil, what's the approximate weight of that new proton pack?
I think they said it was 15 pounds.
Okay.
Diana says it's modern movie cap.
That's a little disappointing.
Yeah, that loses a little bit of charm, but it's still pretty cool.
Even if it was musical number cap, that would be good. But
I can do this all day.
No, I'm talking about the musical number from the first movie.
Right.
But,
what about Jonathan Frakes, Captain America?
Big statue of Batman in Burbank. See, now this is definitely my town.
Oh yeah, it's definitely becoming my neighborhood.
But I never
it's a Jim Lee statue though. So it's
I think that's where DC moved its offices to. So
I was always fairly close to it, but I never made it up to Metropolis, Illinois. The Superman statue, and I feel like I missed out because of it.
Let's be clear: Gotham is not Los Angeles. Just
no.
To be clear.
No, although I believe it was on the old TV show.
I think officially Gotham is where New York is, and Metropolis is for some reason in Delaware.
I thought Metropolis
was a map from the 70s of DC before.
I always thought Metropolis was Chicago.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like officially, basically, I believe the last time they named what state Gotham was in, it was in Jersey.
Yeah.
And then Metropolis in Delaware. Midway is kind of like Chicago, which is where Hawkman hangs out.
Yeah, like Central City is like their only California location.
Is that Green Lantern's area? Isn't he California guy?
Coast City was California.
Coast City's California. That was kind of like San Diego.
Okay.
Central City was the Flash, and that was Indiana.
No, probably around St. Louis.
Whatever. I every time I've seen it written down, it was an Indianapolis clone, which is even clearer.
Yeah, I heard it basically. They put Fawcett City in Indiana, where Captain Marvel is.
Is there a reason why DC didn't use real cities?
Probably not. I don't think they were thinking about it that hard.
Apparently not.
Because all those legacy characters are from the 40s, right? When it just matter. If they needed Fawcett City to be in Indiana one month, then fine. And then if the next month it was Oregon, fine. And the next month it's somewhere in Brazil, fine. It's 40s continuity. Who cared? So there we go. Well, Phil is getting his work back together there, and
it's gonna take a while to clean up.
We've gotten to destroy his entire bedroom there.
Yeah, Phil's not going to bed tonight.
Nope.
Hey, I'm moving stuff. Phil, send me that big exterior box. Just put one stamp on it. Put it in the mail.
That'll work.
I need that.
That'll get it done.
At least by weight, it would. Yeah.
But so we move on to shout-outs, and while Phil is working his way back over to the main console, we'll go to Ragtime Rob for shout-outs.
All right. Shout out to the studio audience. Thanks for watching. Shout out to Frenzy, maybe someday. Who knows?
Right. just a repaint. Probably
Some
happened.
folks would argue that is Frenzy, but they would be wrong.
According to the cartoon, he's Rumble. This is Studio Series, so it's Rumble.
Guy is Rumble. Fight me. Fight me in the comments.
I mean, me personally, don't care.
I always liked Rumble on the show, though. Anyways, go on.
Let's see what else. Shout out to Joe. Hope she's doing all right.
She's fine.
Yeah.
She's getting ready to go to Hawaii.
I know. She's got a business trip to Hawaii.
Yeah, right.
Jeff Maudsley says, I grew up in Southern Illinois. That's all that's in Metropolis. I know. That's all that's in Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
The Salukis.
Right. That's that was our school at Southeast Missouri. Southern Illinois was our big rival.
Isn't that Tony Romo territory?
He was Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois. Okay.
They were in our conference for a couple of years, but they're not there anymore. I think they're in the MAC now. They were in I was in the music fraternity in Phi Mu Alpha. They were in our conference. But that's as close as we came to Tony Romo's territory. But yeah, so what else we got, Rob?
I think that's it.
All right. Phil, are you ready? You're just going to rattle around.
Oh, he's back.
It's Phil. He's back. He looks exhausted.
That's such a mess. Shout out to my partner on Articulated Points, Patrick Stewart, and everybody who put up with me opening that box up on camera.
It was an ordeal.
It's all behind us now.
At last, our long national nightmare is over.
But it ate up time, so.
That's never a problem for us, Phil.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
What else we shouting out to?
That was, Patrick and the crowd.
All right, fair enough. Mark Weber, shout it out.
Dude, mine is simple. I only got one, and it's totally self-serving. Let me share my screen here.
Oh, going to add to the technical value of here.
Right? So this is from JD Onesie on Facebook, who made a custom classified tombstone and referenced what's on Joe Mine and said, if you listen, even gave a link to the right show about how I talked about Tombstone was not supposed to have a big X scar over an eye. He wasn't supposed to be yet another, facially disfigured villain. He was supposed to be good looking and kind of proud of that. And so he made a custom of a character that's close to my heart, that's actually closer to what he was supposed to look like than what we got. So, to JD Onesie for giving us a classified tombstone and making him look like he should. Digging it. Salute. Thanks for listening to the show. That's it.
All right. I will also give a shout out to the folks, the live audience tonight. Thank you so much for joining us this week and every week here on What's on Joe Mind. If you're catching us on replay, we love you too. That's fine. Remember, if you're catching us on Facebook tonight, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a little huggy guy, give us some kind of a reaction. That's what gets that algorithm going, and we do love little huggy guy. Similarly, if you're on YouTube, we had a great week on YouTube with subscribers. Let's keep that crazy train rolling. Subscribe to our channel, like the video, leave a comment down below. Tell us what we screwed up. Tell us what you think is great. Do whatever. We don't care. We'll interact with everything. Just keep it civil. I'd hate to have to dump you out. Give a shout out to Travis Moody, who got on our PR train a little bit this week. He had Mark on as a guest. Be sure to check out that video from Tuesday of this week over on A Toy Kind of Mood. And as he said, he was here earlier. If you're hanging around, head over there at 11 p.m. Eastern time tonight, and I'm sure they'll talk about some kind of craziness over there too. Me, I will be going to bed because I am old and tired.
As part of our new outreach program, we are sending Joe Colton out to visit fans in person.
Right.
So, Torpedo Mike.
Yeah.
Hope he's got one of those neck guards, like he was just in a traffic accident.
Yeah. No, I think he's all over that actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I need a throat guard. There you go.
We're doing the What's on Joe Mind publicity tour with Joe
coming
Colton.
for you.
I'm not sure how good distribution is at the CVS in Hawaii, but there you go.
Coming to an island state near you.
If you're catching us on audio, wherever you get your podcasts, be it Apple or Podbean or Spotify or whatever, we're on all of them. You can find us Stitcher, Schmoz Radio. But be sure to write us a review. Leave us 5 stars. Tell us why you love us.
You not find stuff like this on 3CP2.
No. What else fits in Madaraja?
You're thick in the crotch, bro. But give a shout out to Joe Colton, our co-hostess with the co-hostess, the Queen of G.I. Joe Cosplay, as she is not with us tonight. But hey, she'll be back in 2 weeks. Next week, we will have another guest host lined up for you. Give a shout out to Racktime Rob and to the honcho Mark Weber. And that's about it for this week.
Shout out to Yorgi and these Uzbeks.
And shout out to Biff McConkadon for making time for us on a Friday night.
There we go. And unboxing his
showing off his wares, his
Ghostbusters Proton pack, which I then egged him into doing the proton thrower and setting things up and not have whatever.
And now he has to spend all weekend cleaning up his house.
He's just gonna
that literally is my bed. I am not able to go to sleep tonight.
shove everything off with a big arm sweep and leave it there till Sunday night. But that's all we got. Thanks for joining us here at What's on Joe Mind. We'll be back next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern with another episode. Be there, be square. As our friend Vagon likes to say, stay safe, and if you can't, be careful. Have a great rest of the weekend, and yo, Joe. Oh, we've been mowed off.
No.